Okay, folks, another day in the firewood. Another dollar. Ooh. Yeah. Hey, if I don't sink the sand in here, I guess, is not compacted that much. Hey, I gotta kind of pile this hodgepodge. I've had a bit of a start there. I'm sitting down right now. It's with my big belly. It's well, hey, combination of yellow birch. Yeah, the name of the wood I was looking for was poplar. I think it's not the best, but once it's dry, it burns, and that's the important thing. See, all wood burns. Doesn't matter what it is. Hey, could I think of it. I never see. I brought it back up there. I use it for cutting. Hey, my picaroon. I could be. It could have it right now, and it wouldn't hurt. But I don't. So, okay, we're gonna try it again. As long as the back legs don't sink. Oop. Don't wanna. Yeah. Don't wanna the pile to fall. It's a slow process, eh? See, it's all small wood, eh? I've noticed, I told that in another video, but what I've noticed is you make a fire. I use a lot of cedar kindling. I got some there, some cedar. It's dry. But I use a lot of cedar kindling to light the fire. And I have a lot of, well, you can look at it right there. I have a lot of bigger wood. And there's a hemlock that I gotta cut. Usually people don't use those as firewood, but it's good. It's good for spring and autumn. And really, that's the only time that I'm here. See, I make a fire and I'll throw a log in, and because see, these that I got those. The bush here was, well, younger. It hadn't been cut, so there was more. Plus, I think I said that on the previous video. When the guys cut for the hydro right-of-way on my property, they cut all the nice maple. I know of one in particular that they got was a really nice one. And, well, I seen them leave with it. And it was already loaded up. When I got here, it was already on the truck, and it was going, eh? So, too late, too far, too bad. But I use the resource, a firewood resource around here diligently, and with hey, yeah, I'm 75, you know, like like how long will I live? Eh? Well, not only that, it's all right to live, but to live and be able to come to the camp, because you come here, it's not just fun and games, eh? It's you gotta do a little bit of work. I can smell the no good wood. Hey, you guys can't smell it, but I can. This is yellow birch, but you can smell the poplar. Poplar is this here. This is poplar. This, if it doesn't smell that bad right now, you burn that, the smoke that comes out of the chimney, it don't smell too good. It's not a good smelling type of wood, eh? Okay, I had started to talk about the size of the wood here that I use, that I have, that I cut, that I split. In my grandma and grandpa days, that's a few years. I was 10, 12 years old then. I'm 75 now. So, needless to say, it's been a few years ago. We used to have a spot. There was a box. They used to have two stoves. One, you guys have time for a little story while I'm piling? I just think of this, and we're going to talk about it if you guys have time. You do. Okay, well, okay. They had two kitchens. They had a place they called the summer kitchen, and they had the summer kitchen was part of the house, but at the back part, it was a kind of an extension. It wasn't part of the house itself. And what they do is they had two stoves, one in the kitchen that was part of the house, and they had another stove in the kitchen that was an addition to the house. And anyways, in the summer, that was the place to make the fire and cook. My grandma used to cook her own bread, and she was well, like women used to be in those days, enterprising, eh? And she was hang on, I got something to do here. We'll keep while you guys remember what I'm saying here, because I gotta take this out here, this piece that I got my hand on, because it's in the way, sort of. Somebody on the lake close by. I don't know if you guys can see me, eh? I'm yeah. 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 See, I want to pile this and bring it tight to that pile. Well, I don't know if you guys can even see me here. Bring it tight to that pile so it won't fall, because that's what it has a tendency to do, eh? Yeah, the wood, especially small wood, doesn't like to stay stacked too much. And I don't quite pile it like my buddy there, Dave, from lives I don't know if they call that northern Quebec, but he lately got some wood from Hydro-Quebec right of way, some birch and some softwood, some hardwood, and yeah, and well, he stacks it. I guess maybe he's got it on pallets, so maybe he's gonna move that. Maybe take the pallets and bring it on his veranda. I'm gonna maybe get out of here. His my back. Usually that's what's the worst. It's the back. Lucky. I didn't hear no bumblebees yet. There must be some in here. I can't believe that. So many years and the bees didn't build a nest, eh? It can't be. Yeah, one of them horseflies bit me on the... Whoa, these guys are down there. Here I was talking to you, and you couldn't even... Hang on. I'll bring myself... I'm gonna swing yous around a little bit. Bring yous back that way. Now you... Hey, now you can see something, eh? See where I was right there. But I hope I'm still in the frame. Yeah, I am. Whew. I'm almost kneeling down in the work. Okay. We'll keep going with my little story about they had two kitchens, eh? And whoa. And summer kitchen was used in July, August, when it was really hot. They wouldn't make a fire in the kitchen stove. But they had the kitchen stove wood. This is the whole conversation here. That's what it's all about. And it was all little stuff like this. And not big wood at all. Fast to light up. It'd make a good stoke fire, and then burns off in no time. Guess that's what the whole thing was all about, is get it to burn off and not heat up. The whole thing was to not heat up the place, eh? Because they didn't... the house didn't need no heating in the summer. They didn't have no air conditioning in those days. Eh? Air conditioning was Mother Nature. And, well, but I don't, well, it was hot. So, some days there it was hot, I have to say. And, but I don't know specifically that it was as hot as it is nowadays. Nowadays, my God, it's, it gets horrendous. Like right now, I'm all wet, and I don't know how much it is, but it's warm. Yeah, I should have brought my picaroon. Well, I'll never think of it, eh? That's forgetful me. Yeah, good old forgetful me. Ah, well. There's good days and there's bad days and there's worse days. Yeah. But hey, I still manage. It's a struggle sometimes, eh? I think I always try to remind myself to take notes. See what I do when I'm stacking. When I see that the stack's coming this way, then you got a piece like this with a big knot, and so I stick it in the position that I have to rectify the aim, and and it straightens the whole thing up. I don't like the you guys will hear me probably say that a few times before this job's all over with. I don't particularly like the poplar, but it's has to do with using up what's available. Hey, you don't choose. Well, I even got a neighbor of mine that asked me this morning if I wanted to sell this wood. I said, no. You know how much they, just a cord, it's not, they call that, some places they call that a rick. It's just like 18 inches by 8 by 4 feet high. It's $145 right here in the little town they call that Jamil. $145, and you gotta go get it yourself. The guy not delivered at that price. So, people don't work for nothing anymore, right? It's and I don't blame them. It's rough to be working like in the bush, yeah. Especially if you want some. Well, they have some good wood around here, though. Like the guy at that price. I was just going to say at that price it's probably rock maple, but I seen his wood, this guy, not say anything, but and it wasn't all rock maple, I'll tell you that. There was a lot of softwood and poplar and was birch, white birch, which is not. Yeah, I prefer yellow birch than white birch, but hey, you take what you can, and usually a little hole there, stick it in. I can smell the poplar. Yeah, I can smell, but hey, that's all right. It's piling wood like this is not a bad job because it would be better if I had my peccaroon though. I wouldn't have to. Well, off the chair like this is ideal. I don't have to bend over so much. Hey, you know the guy, Mr. Ben Bendover? He's related to Do Less. I told a story in here. Well, not too long ago, because I remember an old guy when I started the electrical trade, and this old guy, well, he razzed us, okay? We jerked his chain a lot, but like he pulled our chain too, and eventually, because we were a lot of young guys, and we'd tease him, because he told us his name was Do Less, and we'd call him Do Less and Seymour. Mr. Do Less and Seymour. And he didn't like it, He thought we teased him too much, Poor guy, he died of a heart attack. Not too. I wasn't working with him anymore. But, hey, he was, I'm sure he had something wrong. He's suffering from pressure or some fucking, something like that. Yeah. Pressure and the heart or something. Anyway, see, he was red all the time, like a tomato. But he had a bit of a drinking problem too, So that could have been the part of his downfall. See, when I get carried away, the slip of the tongue, and I see some bad words that I'm gonna have to butt out of here, But hey, it's did I finish my grandpapa and grandmama and my grandma? Okay, we'll keep going with the grandma thing. My grandma in the summer, she used to go, it was a good walk. Twice this distance. Well, you don't know what it represents from here to the camp. I use the mule, but she used to walk, and she had a skirt with her big apron, and she had a little pail and another little saucer in there, and she'd go and pick some blueberries, okay? And she'd, whoa, that didn't pan out too good. She'd go pick some blueberries, and for dinner, okay, they weren't big plates, They're about that size. But for dinner, me and my cousin, we each had a whole pie, blueberry pie, and she was a good cook, man. There are blueberry pies there. I'm sure anybody in here would taste that would want more. it was incredible. She was a good cook, and but I guess women used to in those days used to stay at home, and that was their job: cook, take care of the kids, have kids. She had okay. I don't think I told this one in here. She had 16 kids. 16! Not 2 or 3. 16 kids. Okay? Is that enough? It was incredible. They were, I guess, like a birthing machine, eh? And I guess the old man would come from work and I don't want to say nothing because I won't be nice, eh? And it's not right. But I don't know. Don't know how come. Well, it was the clergy. If you didn't have a big family in those days, see, they had. Oh, I know I'm shifting a lot. Eh? In those days, if they had brought all those families, like my grandfather's father, come from Quebec City, and he was in northern Ontario, but they had brought those families up there to populate. They were given properties, but they had to cut the bush and like develop farmland. I'm not saying the right words there. It wasn't an easy thing. They'd make piles of scruff wood and they'd burn that. They'd burn the roots and they'd be plowing. And plowing wasn't done with tractors then. It was mostly horses. And I don't know. They didn't have too much. Well, don't think the first tractor around those parts, I was told a story from my son-in-law's father. It came on the train from God knows where, and it was delivered. Nowadays, in a car, it takes about maybe 3/4 of an hour to drive from, they call that rudder. There used to be a siding, eh? So the first tractor that was purchased and brought, I know the guy, well, the family of the guy, not the guy in particular that's living now, but it's his family that got that tractor. And he was there when father-in-law, my son's father, and my son-in-law's father was telling the story. And he said they delivered the tractor, and there's some places that the bridges weren't strong enough. They had to shore like, I don't know what kind. They didn't have no cement bridges then. It was just probably poles. It was just a horse and buggy, eh? So, but when they brought the tractor back, they had to shore up a few bridges, and to get across. Hang on, what's the name of that river? The French River. That's up in northern Ontario, off Lake Nipissing, and anyways, and just to say the story, I'm joshing from one story to another. Anyways, it's you got the first tractor, but it wasn't free. They probably took them a few days just to rebuild the road to get the tractor to their place. Must have been. I remember my son's father used to tell me stories about the equipment that they'd buy, and some of that equipment come from around Quebec City, and was a company was called Dion, and they would make haying equipment, and they got they had a machine. It was to make silage, I think. They used to have silos were made out of wood, like they build the silos, but to do silage, they had this silage machine, anyways, and it was sold to them, and somebody had told them that you could never break this machine. It was built so solid, Well, they should not have told them that, because they broke it. And when he was talking about that, he was all proud to tell me that it had a 2-inch shaft on the blower, and they broke the shaft. Anyways, it's all stories. Well, when you get to be my age, you have a lot of time, and people tell you stories. Part of life, enjoying life is enjoying the stories. Why didn't I bring my picaroon, If I had that, I wouldn't be stretching my big belly. And I can hear myself wheezing, You know when you kind of wheeze? Yeah. Whoa. All sorts of wood. All sorts. There's a hole there, I need an extension to put the wood in there. Not like that. I don't know that you guys can even see where I'm pitching this wood. Up in the corner. I'm gonna. I don't know that this is still going. I better go check that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. I think I'm sinking. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's. I cleaned a good spot, eh? Best push this a little bit. Yeah. Okay. How are we doing here? Is it still on? Yeah, it is. Well, hang on. I'll release you guys. I'll release you guys from listening to me. I guess this is long enough, eh? Okay, folks, that's it. For all the stories, comments are welcome. I'll keep piling wood here. It's kind of hottish today, I tell you that. And as usual, comments are welcome, and we'll see you in the next one.